You know what? I want to share some things about this wicked cough that I've been fighting for over 5 years. I thought it was cigarette related, so I quit smoking January 9th, 2020. And, doctors would say, oh, you're, uh, you're going to be coughing for a while because you have to expel all of the nicotine that's been packed up inside of your lungs. Funny thing though, I've had many lung scans and pulmonary tests and pulmonologist appointments and blah, blah, blah. And I have healthy lungs. And I smoked 30 years. I was shocked when they told me that my lungs were clear. They look good. Nothing's wrong. I would have massive chest pain. Um, I thought I was having heart attacks. They told me, oh, I was having anxiety. And I do have anxiety attacks, but I can definitely identify when I'm having one and when it's a heart palpitation or something strange like that. Um, Needless to say, I have seen so many specialists, so many doctors. And I went through the ringer on tests. No one could ever find anything. They had me try, the one thing that really pisses me off is they had me on omeprazole for years, telling me the cough was coming from reflux. I never had heartburn. The only time I ever experienced heartburn was when I was pregnant. But they swore to me that, oh, it's a reflux. You need this omeprazole. Well, taking omeprazole all of those years depleted the minerals in my bones, and now I have osteopenia thanks to those professionals I paid so much to be smarter than me. All right. What else? Oh, my favorite. Now I'm going to be making myself pretty vulnerable to share this, but about 2 years ago, because of the cough, I became incontinent. And every day I would have to wear pads because if I would cough. And it was humiliating. I got extremely depressed, didn't want to go anywhere because I was always afraid that I'd pee my pants. I knew I would have a coughing fit. I knew I would pee my pants. And, at that time I was, 46. And I'm like, that's too young to be peeing my pants, and that's not even normal part of aging. Although the doctors told me that, which is a bunch of BS. Anyway, I had to have surgery because I wasn't going to live like that. And I went and seen a urogyne out in Illinois. And I had a 15-minute procedure, fixed the incontinent problem. Thank you, Father. Because that was horrible. It was humiliating. I felt yucky, dirty. I didn't feel pretty, sexy, any of those things, and I didn't want to go anywhere. So I became a hermit. And so I had that procedure, and everything ended as far as peeing my pants. Thank God for that. But now I am extremely susceptible to bone breaks, fractures, and stuff like that. And because of the omeprazole I took for so many years, because they told me I had this GERD and reflux, and that caused me to have horrible bone density. And now I have osteopenia. I broke my first bone last year. And if you're following me on Facebook or whatever, you know that whole story and how that happened. And I broke my left hand. And when I went and seen the doctors and stuff, they were like, that's a really weird break. We need to check your bone density. And that's how I found out about the omeprazole causing the bone density problem. And so not only did I become incontinent, have to go have surgery for that, I had to have upper and lower scopes, the GI scopes. They told me I had severe GERD. Well, guess what? For an entire year, I took Slippery Elm, went back for the second upper and lower GI. That was gone. I healed that myself without omeprazole. Also, I've had several laparoscopic surgeries, and if you know what that is, they put tiny little holes in your abdomen and they blow you up with gas and they work in your abdomen. I don't really know how they do it. I just know they put the holes there, they blow you up with gas, and they do their thing while you're under. Well, because I have coughed and had such wicked, horrible attacks, I now have 5 hernias. Well, I have to have surgery to get those repaired. And I'm waiting to do that because I needed to find the root cause of the cough, because they said they wouldn't fix my hernias until we could fix the cough, which caused me to have hernias. This is ridiculous, y'all. I am pissed off, and I have every right to be. And I'm so tired of hearing conspiracy theory crap surrounding ivermectin. It's a dewormer, people. I mean, people in other countries, they do it all the time. They deworm their bodies. Here in America, we don't do that. We listen to the doctors who we pay more to be smarter than us, right? Well, here I am on day 7, and I am feeling fantastic. $10 I spent on the box. And, you know, you always got somebody that's like, oh, you're not doing your research. That's bullshit. I sit here at this computer for hours researching. I don't sit on the toilet and scroll on my phone to do my research. Just saying. I don't know. I'm just really I'm really happy that the coughing has stopped, right? My husband is very happy that I'm sleeping through the entire night and I'm not having any fits. I literally would wake up in the middle of the night coughing so hard I'd have to get up out of bed because I didn't want to wake him up. My husband gets up at 4 in the morning to leave for work. Actually, a little bit earlier than that. I'd be up before him 2, 3 in the morning. I'd just come in my office here and my apothecary and I'd do work in here while he'd be sleeping. This is a trip. I'm just baffled by what's happened. I'm also very thankful that I was brave enough to not listen to the naysayers and to decide to do this for myself. You know, when you get to the point where you're tired all the time, you don't have any energy, you got to take a nap at 2 in the afternoon just to, get your energy levels back up. Lay down, start coughing. Move, start coughing. Get up, start coughing. I'd bend over, I'd cough. If I talked too much, I would start coughing. It was awful. I literally lost my job, guys, over this. I took an FMLA for, it took too long to get answers. And that's bullshit. I'm sorry, excuse my French. I'm very, very unhappy about my doctors and the thousands of dollars I've spent for them to be not so smart.